And was that due to his radical preaching?
No, this was different. This incident showed a side of Jesus most people had not seen. I had just come from a court proceeding when I saw him. He was looking at those who sold sacrificial animals and at the money changers. A look of untethered rage came over him, like God himself was offended. I've never approved of the temple court being used as a storefront myself. It was tradition, though. Besides, it brought in money, but Jesus didn't care about tradition or economics. He made a whip of some rope and drove the merchants out. He was furious, but it was a fury that comes from a deep-seated zeal for God. There was an argument afterward between him and some of the leaders over his authority in the temple. I guess it was his response to their challenge. Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will rise it up. That led me to do something I'd never dreamed of doing. You see, his words didn't make sense, but there was something in the way he said them that made me want to hear more.
So what did you do next? Did you have guards bring him before the Sanhedrin?
No, actually, I found out where Jesus was staying, and I went to see him. He stirred something inside me. I didn't know what. I had to talk to him. At the same time, I had a position to maintain and felt it best not to be seen. So I snuck to see him under the cover of darkness. We shared a strange discussion that left me with even greater inner struggles.
Did he explain his actions at the temple or what he had said about the temple? Did he give you some sort of new interpretation of the law that we hadn't heard before?
No, it was something more personal. I'd hardly begun the usual amenities when he told me I must be born again. I couldn't believe my ears. This man was considered to be a wise rabbi, and here he was asking me to do the impossible. Even the most ignorant shepherd knows that a person can't return to the womb and be reborn. It was senseless.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, did you hear that? It was senseless. Did you point that out to Jesus? Perhaps the defense will now decide to change Jesus' plea to guilty by way of insanity?
Yes, I questioned what he said. I explained that a man of my age could hardly go through the birth process. He explained that he wasn't talking about physical rebirth. He was talking about the spiritual rebirth that Christians would eventually come to call baptism. He went on to say that since I couldn't understand his teachings when he related them to common earthly teaching, how could I understand the deeper truths that he wished to share? There was an odd change at this point. He stopped speaking for himself. He dropped the singular pronoun and used we. He was speaking for himself and God. He gave us his authority that he had come from heaven. He spoke of being lifted up on a pole in the same way that Moses lifted the serpent in the wilderness so that our ancestors could be saved. He claimed that those who believed in him would be saved also. He said that God sent him as an act of love to save people, not to condemn them. He said that people must leave the darkness of disbelief in evil and come into the light of God's truth. Oh, I wish I'd understand what I do now. I wished I'd seen that in that brief moment when Jesus was saying that I hadn't just come out of the darkness of night, but come out of the darkness of sin into the light of truth. He was inviting me to the joy of eternal light. I might have defended it.
Okay, wait a minute. You're not saying that you were won over by all this talk of rebirth and love. You've already testified, Nicodemus, that it was nonsensical. Surely, reason would dictate that Jesus was just another raving fanatic, stirring up the people and endangering the peace of Jerusalem.
It seemed unreasonable then, and it took me too long to see the light that Jesus had invited me to step into that dark night. Perhaps if I'd been less determined to be rational, more open to the faith the Spirit was planting in my heart, I could have reasoned with my colleagues on the Sanhedrin. I might have persuaded them to give Jesus a true hearing, but I came into the light too late. He was condemned and crucified. God was crucified. In the end, all I could do was see that he got a decent burial.
Nicodemus, I'm truly shocked. This is not your expected testimony. I was certain that a man of learning and intelligence such as you could not be taken in by this Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's no wonder that he's now a former member of the Sanhedrin.
You know what finally convinced me, made me a believer? When I looked at Jesus hanging on the cross and realized everything he told me that dark night had indeed come true. That he was going to die to save us, to save me. His words came back to me then. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. That kind of love and sacrifice doesn't make sense. But that love is what my heart, everyone's heart, is looking for.
Oh, Nicodemus, you poor, deluded man. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, he's let something get in the way of his law, and his mind, and his expert opinion, and his years in the Sanhedrin. He actually believes in this Jesus. Your Honor, I have nothing further to this witness.
Do you have any other witnesses tonight?
Not at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll stand and recess.